guys, it's Sarah. I just wanted to make a quick little video today talking about what kind of my experience so far as a new grad nurse, and today is actually my first night shift. So it is currently 6:13. I just pulled up at work. I like to get here a little bit early to start looking at my patient's information, just get a little idea of what's going on before report. So this is my 8th shift. I started out on days. I did day shift for 3 weeks, and now I'm gonna be on night shift for 3 weeks, and then I'll be back on days once I'm out of orientation for a month, and then I'll be back on nights again. So this is my first night shift, and this is what my job position was for night shift. So this is what my primary shift is gonna be once I'm out of orientation. But they do want to put me back on days for a month just to get experience, because the days there's a little more stuff going on, and there's more people, more resources around. So far it's been a big adjustment for sure. It's pediatrics, it's a whole new realm. I have more patients than I did in school. I had my first full load of 4 patients. 4 patients is a full load on my floor. I had my first full load on my, I think, 3rd shift, and there's just a lot of factors that, it's a big adjustment from school. There's more responsibility involved, and it's just a whole new world, really. But I cannot express enough how grateful I am to be on my floor. I've had, I think, 3 preceptors so far, but I haven't met a single person that wasn't very welcoming and great at teaching and just made me feel like a part of the team. So I'm so grateful for my floor. I'm so grateful to be starting out here as a new nurse. It's definitely a big help to have the kind of supportive culture around you that helps you grow as a new nurse. The first few shifts were definitely very difficult, especially with time management and charting and things like that. But it's gotten a lot better since then. It's definitely, every day's a challenge, every day's something new, but I'm honestly, I'm enjoying it. It keeps me on my toes. Every day's exciting. We'll see how today goes. Tonight, I don't know, I'm still a little confused. I'm about to go ahead and head inside. It's 6:17, our shift starts at 6:45, but like I said, I like to just kind of look at my patient's charts before and kind of see what's going on. I'll try to update you throughout, but I may not have a free second, so I'll let you guys know after how it went. And yeah, fingers crossed. I'm excited. Hey guys, so I did not get a chance to update you guys, but I just finished my shift. Just got to my car, and it's 7:38 right now. My shift went pretty well, actually. It was definitely slower than day shift, but that's not to say I wasn't kept busy, because there's still a lot to do, lots of meds to give, lots of things to be looking out for, and doing things during night shift that aren't done during the day, like weights and things like that. My preceptor was really great. I feel like I learned a lot, and I got to do a lot, and I'm getting more and more independent the more that I work. So it's definitely still, there's challenges with every day, of course, new things that I haven't seen before, and even just little things that I'm just not totally sure of yet, that I'm still learning and getting used to. I definitely like night shift a lot. For the most part, I wasn't too tired. I did drink a protein shake with coffee in it on the way to work, and then I had an energy drink around 2 a.m. So first impression is that I do like it better than days. It's just different. It's just an adjustment, knowing what the night shift responsibilities are compared to the day shift. For the most part, it's the same, but how your rounding's a little bit different, and just trying to cluster your care even more than you would during the day, and knowing who your resources are, since there's not as many people there during the night shift. So yeah, just little things like that I'm getting used to, but for the most part I enjoyed it. Sorry I couldn't give you guys an update. I was, like I said, even though it was slower, I was still running around doing things. So I'm about to drive home, go eat breakfast, and then sleep for the rest of the day, I guess. I don't know. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you got a little bit about what night shift might be like if you're going on nights for the first time. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hey guys, so it's actually still the same day. I got off of work. It's 2:26 p.m. After I got off, I went and got breakfast with my fiance. He treated me to breakfast, so that was really sweet. We went and did that. And then I got home, I showered, and I slept for like maybe 3 hours. And then I actually just had physical therapy because I tore something in my shoulder a couple months ago, and so I've been working to strengthen that back up. But I just wanted to talk a little bit more about my orientation and kind of the layout of that. So on my unit, orientation is a minimum of 8 weeks. It can be longer depending on how ready you feel, what your preceptors think about how you're doing and things like that. The first 2 weeks are just like classes, modules, online, things like that. And then we're with a preceptor on days for 3 weeks, and then we're with a preceptor on nights for 3 weeks. And I also want to elaborate a little bit more on how things were starting out, what the biggest obstacles have been, and the progress that has been made with those. So I talked a little bit earlier about how time management has been my biggest issue. We have a lot of high acuity patients on our floor, so it was definitely a big change to get accustomed to the nature of the patients that we have on our unit. The charting has definitely been a big obstacle at first. I'm getting quicker with it once you kind of know the layout and what needs to be charted for each type of patient. That's been getting better, so I've been able to spend more time with my patients, and then I'm able to get my charting in more efficiently. Another thing that has been a little bit of a challenge is giving report and receiving report. In school, we just gave the nurses like a little bit of an update as we were leaving the floor, and we would participate in receiving report. So just getting used to knowing what to listen for in report, knowing what questions to ask, and then for giving report, knowing the most important things to include, knowing the kind of like the order to go in and to keep it organized and to logically flow. Also just little things like knowing where things are on the unit. That has been like something that'll just set you back pretty easily. Another thing that I've been working on is just clustering my care. So whenever if the patient calls and they need something, kind of looking at what they have going on, what's coming up. Is it time for vitals? Is it time? Do they have a med due? Do they need a bath? Like Foley care, things like that. Just like what can I do while I'm in there? It saves me time. It's especially during the night. It's easier for the patient and for their family, just not having to be woken up multiple times, and it just makes your care more efficient. So that's something that I've been working on, and every shift is a little bit better. So another thing, there's a lot of people involved with the patient care on our unit, whether it's all the doctors, the residents, the students, nursing, medical students, respiratory therapy, physical therapy. There's like so many people, so many names to know, and just knowing like who to go to for questions, and then like how to talk to doctors and things like that. But overall, I love my unit. I love everyone working on my unit. I've had great families and patients that I've worked with so far, and I love it so far. The hardest part so far is just like not knowing everything, which of course I can't expect myself to know everything, but still I want to be the best that I can for my patients and for their families. And so it's just hard because I'm setting the expectations for myself up here, and I'm slowly making my way up. It's definitely a big learning curve, but I'm enjoying it a lot so far, and I'm so grateful to be working on my unit, and I'm excited to see how I continue to grow and how things go from here. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you're starting out as a new grad nurse, just know like it's okay to feel like you don't know anything. Just make sure you ask questions when you don't know something, because it's better to ask than to do something wrong or to miss something and then you have to fix it, and the patient's quality of care suffers because of it. So don't get discouraged. I know it's definitely a lot. The fact that you are now the nurse and you're responsible for these patients is a lot to adjust to, and then just knowing all the little things, it's just a lot. It definitely gets better. You can start to kind of see your growth as you go. If your unit doesn't have you do this already, I would recommend like getting a little journal or something and write down what you learned. You can write down like how you felt about the day, what went well, what didn't go so well, and then you can kind of read it again later, and you can definitely see your progress, because if it can be hard to see growth in the short term, being able to look back and say, okay, well, before I didn't know this, but now I've grown so much more from that, and I am better able to take care of patients with that particular condition or that particular treatment. Don't get discouraged and keep track of your growth, because it makes it easier to stay encouraged and to see that you are getting better. So yeah, that's how it's been for me so far, and everyone's experience is different, but that's how my experience has been. Just know that you're not alone. It gets better and better the more you get exposure to it. It's just experience is key. So that is about it. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you have any other tips for new grad nurses, you can leave them in the comments below, or if you want to talk about your experience, feel free to share. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.